Welcome back to my channel. My name is Janice if you are new. Today I put together some adorable Easter and spring Dollar Tree DIYs. Super cute, super easy to do, so I hope you enjoy the video. First up, we're going to take a Dollar Tree bunny and I grabbed some fabric. Now this fabric is from a cat's hammock and I just took it apart because they never used it. And I wanted to make a leopard type of a bunny. Just going to remove the jute string from the bunny. Now this fabric I've seen at Hobby Lobby as well if you're interested. Now to place the fabric on the bunny, I'm just going to use some tacky glue. Place the tacky glue on top of the bunny and then flip the bunny right on top of the fabric. To spread the tacky glue, I'm just going to use a paintbrush. So now I'm going to flip the bunny right on top of the fabric. I'm going to start off by using my scissors to cut around the fabric, and then I'm going to use an X-Acto knife. So now I'm going to use it's actually a box cutter I'm going to use. It's much sharper than an X-Acto knife. Just going to go around the bunny because it's kind of hard to use a scissors to get in between the little tight spots. So I'm just going to use the box cutters and finish off cutting off the fabric. All right, so now the bunny's done. I grabbed a little bunny tail made out of yarn. I just made a little pom-pom for his little tail. I'm going to place it right on the bunny. Now I also have a little stand that I created with, I believe it's a paint stick. And I just painted it black. I'm just going to use that. To make a little bow, I'm going to use a Dollar Tree ribbon to create a little simple shoelace bow. This is going to be placed on the corner of his ear. So I'm just cutting the ribbon at an angle. I'm going to leave the ribbon a little bit longer than normal because I thought it looked really cute that way. So for the base, I went ahead and painted it black. Like I said, that's a paint stick. I just cut down the size, and I'm just going to glue the bunny on top of that paint stick. To make it more stable, I'm going to place a little jingle block in back to hold the bunny in place. So I grabbed a piece of drop cloth, cut a little piece out. I'm going to write with my black marker, welcome, and frail the ends and place it right on the bunny. And that is it. This came out super cute, super different, and I really love how it turned out. So I'm just going to hot glue it to the front of the bunny, and that is it. Look how cute this came out, guys. Next up, we're going to take some Hobby Lobby craft paper, and I grabbed this from Hobby Lobby. It was on clearance for 49 cents. I thought it was adorable. So we're going to do something with this, and I used my Cricut and Dollar Tree little flower pot. Just going to trace the paper onto the house. So to place the paper down, I'm just going to use the glue stick. I didn't have to paint the house because the side of the house, you can see it's a nice, pretty gray color, and I thought it matched really nice. Now I'm going to be placing down the vinyl word. It says spring. Now I decided to paint the watering can some gray color, and then I take a little white paint and distress it over the top. Now I'm going to hot glue the watering can to the little house right under the word spring. So I decided to add a few little white flowers at the top of the little house, and that's pretty much it. I'm going to use a 4x4 photo frame from Dollar Tree and some craft paper from Hobby Lobby and this little tiny wreath. Now I'm going to remove the back from the frame because I need to trace out the craft paper. However, I keep changing the craft paper. You'll see throughout the project. I was indecisive of which craft paper to use, so I'm going to take out the glass part of it and then I'm going to trace the craft paper to fit inside. But first I need to paint the frame. I'm going to use this burnt umber and just paint the front of the frame with this color. Then I'm going to use some ivory paint to distress it in front. So I'm just going to use a little sponge to apply the brown paint. Now I'm going to use my chippy brush and some ivory paint, just apply it all over the frame. Now I'm taking a glass piece, placing it right on top of the craft paper and just going to trace it and cut it out. Now I'm going to place it in the frame, put the glass together, and put the frame back together with that little piece of craft paper inside. You'll see, like I said, I do change it back and forth. Then I just go back to the original, which made no sense, but that's just me. So I don't have a bird's nest, so I created one. I just used that little wreath form and a piece of drop cloth and just painted the drop cloth brown. And I'm just going to hot glue that drop cloth to that little wreath frame. I also made these little eggs out of the clay and I painted them light blue. Now I want the eggs to be speckled, so I'm going to grab some burnt umber and a little brush and just flick the brown on top of the eggs. Turn the eggs over while I place that little brown speckles all over them. I'm going to take that little wreath form and the drop cloth, and like I said, I'm going to hot glue them together to make a little nest. Now I'm just going to trim around the bird's nest. Now I'm going to be using some moss. I grabbed this from Hobby Lobby. I liked it a lot better than Dollar Tree, but you can certainly use Dollar Tree as well. Just going to grab a bunch out and place it inside that little bird's nest. Some more to make sure I have enough there to lay down the eggs. This way it looks like a normal bird's nest. Now you see I did change the backing of the frame, but don't pay attention to it because I just go back to the original. So now I am going to hot glue it to the frame. Now I'm going to be hot gluing those little eggs in the nest. This way it doesn't fall because it's a frame actually. So, you have to sit it up right. So you have to make sure the eggs don't fall out. They're quite heavy because like it's air dried clay. And it's really a quick and easy spring Easter decor for your shelf. The only thing that I changed was the craft paper and I added a little bit of blue around the frame. All right, we're going to use some window clings from Dollar Tree and a little wood round I got from Dollar Tree, and I used it before and I don't remember what was on it. So we're going to freshen it up and repaint it with some white paint. So I'm going to use some Mod Podge to place down the window cling on the wood round. So anything that's hanging over the edges, I'm just going to trim it down. I decided to make it a riser, so I grabbed these little styrofoam bunnies from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use some Wedgwood green. So I'm going to dry brush a little white around the rabbits. The bunnies underneath the wood round, and this is going to make a little bunny riser. I thought it was a really cute idea. So I'm just going to hot glue them all around the riser. I mean, the wood round to make a riser. Now, if you don't want to make a riser, just eliminate the rabbits and you can place that wood round on a shelf or anything like that. I think the window clinks are adorable and I really like how it came out. For this DIY, you will need some ribbon, a Dollar Tree sign, and some roses, orange roses that I got from Michael's. So I'm going to use the back of the board, but I need to cut it because it's too long. So I'm just going to take a piece of wood, use it as a guide, and use my pencil. So this way I can take it in back and cut it. Painted, I'm just going to use the candle and go up and down the board with the candle because once I apply the paint over it, it's easier to chip it. Now I'm going to be using antique white on the back of the board. I'm going to be taking some sandpaper and just go around the edges and front of the board. So this way the brown underneath will come through and it looks like it's chipping. So now I'm going to take those pretty orange roses that I got from Michael's. They were $1.99 a bunch, but they were like 40% off. I think I paid like $1.10 each, which was a good deal. I know Dollar Tree has like lilies sometime, but I couldn't find any, so I figured I'd use the pretty orange roses. So now I'm going to try to create a carrot out of these roses and place it on the board. Because they're too long, the stems are too long, I'm just going to cut them down. So I lost footage. I already placed down the roses on the board, and all I did was hot glue them down in a shape of a carrot. Well, I was trying to make it a shape as a carrot. So sorry, I don't know what happened to that footage. I think the camera wasn't on or something. I'm not sure. But anyways, now I'm going to create a pretty bow, and I'm going to use the black and white ribbon that was from Michael's, and I know Dollar Tree carries it as well. Just going to make a simple bow. I've been liking the bow, so I kind of made it a little bit different. I like it better this way. So because it's a carrot, I thought it needed some height. So I'm just going to place a few of these little green green pieces that I got from Dollar Tree at the top of the carrot. Because the bottom of the board was plain, I decided to use some jute twine. All I'm going to do is wrap it a few times around the bottom and hot glue it. And that's pretty much it. And I think this came out so pretty. For this one, we're going to take Dollar Tree rabbit cutouts and this 3-piece decor from Dollar Tree. First thing I need to do is disassemble this, take off the tags, and then I'm going to remove all the staples and that little ribbon from the back of the sign. Now I'm going to be using ivory paint. Just going to dry brush all the 3 pieces. Not going to fully coat it. Like I said, I'm just going to dry brush it. Now I'm going to be pulling out 3 bunnies from the package, and I need to fill the holes first, so I'm going to take some spackle, just fill the holes on the bunnies. To paint the bunnies, I'm just going to use some baby pink paint, and I'm just going to give them 1 coat of this color. So I'm going to be using some antique wax, and I'm just going to go around the bunny edges and dry brush a little bit around the edges because I think it looks really great that way. I didn't want to leave them just plain pink. So I'm just going to go, like I said, around the edges with the antique wax, and look how nice it looks. I love this technique. Wanted to use these rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree, and yeah, I don't know, for some strange reason they were not working, so you'll see. I'm going to apply the H first, and it just wouldn't stick. So sometimes they're hit or miss. I mean, sometimes they really work well, and sometimes they don't work at all. So I was trying to place down the H, and you can see it was not going on the bunny at all. So I end up using my Cricut. Now, because there's a spot on the bunny from the rub-on, I have to make sure I place the H right over that so you can't see it. Now I'm going to go ahead and place down the O and the P, so I'm spelling out hop. So I went ahead and placed the bunnies down, so this way I know exactly where I'm going to glue them. So that's what I'm going to do, use some hot glue to place them down. So I'm going to be using some burlap ribbon and just place it underneath. All I'm going to do is hot glue them right on top of that ribbon. So the overhang at the top, I'm just going to cut that piece right off. So I'm going to be making a messy bow. First thing I want to do is place a little piece of jute twine in the back. This way I can hang it. And then I grabbed a bunch of different ribbons and I'm just going to make a messy bow and place it at the top of the jute twine hanger. All I'm going to do is create an X and tie it off with some jute twine and place it at the top. And this came out super cute. So I'm just going to trim the bow and cut some ducktails around the ribbon. And then I'm going to place it right at the top. And this was super easy to make and super cute for your front door or anywhere in your house. Let me know if you have a favorite today. Leave me a comment below. Okay, this is the last DIY. We're going to take a Dollar Tree sign, Dollar Tree little plastic planter pots, and Dollar Tree little wood cutouts bunny butts. So I'm going to remove the snowflake from the front, save it for Christmas time. So I'm going to use the back of the sign. I'm going to fill the holes with some spackle. I'm going to be using elephant gray paint to paint the back of the sign. I do add a touch of white in there just to lighten it up a bit. Now these plastic planters, I used them last year and they were already cut. So what I'm going to do is cut them down a little bit more because they're just too big. They do crack in half, but it doesn't matter because once you paint them, you can't see it. So I want them to look like real little planter pots. So I took 3 different type of gray, metallic gray, dark gray, and there's another color in there. I'm not sure the color, but I just applied them one at a time on top of each other. So now I'm going to take out 3 bunny butts because I'm going to be painting them different colors. First one I'm going to paint is going to be white, and the bunny feet are going to be painted with cotton pink. The second one will be like a dark brown with a tan around its feet with pink feet. They're all going to be different, but they're going to have like pink toe pads, whatever they're called, toe beans. So now I'm painting this one white, just going around his little feet. Now, this is the first year I've seen Dollar Tree put out the wood cutouts, bunny butts. I mean, I don't know. They might have had them last year. I just never seen them, but I thought they were really cute. It's my Cricut, and just gonna place down. It says "Hanging with my peeps." Now I'm going to be placing down those galvanized looking planter pots. I think they came out really cute considering they were plastic. All I'm going to do now is hot glue them to the bottom of the sign, just using some hot glue. Now we need to make the tails. I just grabbed a piece of yarn. Now this yarn I got from Hobby Lobby. All I'm going to do is cut a little piece and hot glue it for his little bunny tail. Thing for the other two. And you can see the colors that I chose for the other bunny butts. One is gray and the other one is brown. I think they came out adorable. Now I'm going to take those bunny butts and I'm going to glue them to the pot, leaning towards the sign. Just add in some glue in the middle of the bunny butt, so this way it will adhere to the pot, and it's just going to kind of like lean on the board. I'm going to do the other two the same way. So because the sign didn't have a border, I decided to do some stitching all around the sign. But after I looked at it, I didn't like it, so I end up repainting over the stitching. Now I'm going to be using Dollar Tree little carrots. All I'm going to do is take a few out and place them inside the planner. I'm going to hot glue them down. I'm going to use 2 on each side of the planner. It makes it look like the bunny is diving into the carrots. Now because they're hanging with their peeps, I took a dowel rod from Dollar Tree, just cut it and painted it white. And I'm just going to use some jute twine and make a knot. So this way it looks like they are hanging with their peeps. So all I'm going to do is wrap the jute twine around the dowel rod, and then I'm going to hot glue the dowel rod to the sign and then glue it right underneath the bunny butt. So now I'm just going to hot glue that dowel rod down on the sign, and then I'm going to take that jute twine and tuck it right underneath the bunny butts. Looks like they're hanging. I think this came out so adorable. Look how stinking cute this came out. So for this video, guys, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Take care, everyone. I'll see you real soon. Bye bye.